Yeah, it's Ludwig of Bavaria. I'm wearing my black hat because I'm a black sheep. This is the Black Sheep group, and if you watched our first video, you will come to know we are especially here to help you not go into fear. That's our main goal. We're going to explain a lot to you, and as we said in our first video, we're so far out in left field. If you're at the baseball park, you know, basically someone like Reggie Jackson, maybe you don't remember, like he was like major league superstar, and he hit home run so hard it went right out of the park, right out of the park, and into the parking lot, and that's where we are, the Black Sheep, with the Black Sheep Squadron. I'm sorry, I got tickle in my throat. It's not COVID-19. I haven't been out near nobody. It's not that. It's just generally known as tickle in your throat. Sometimes it happens to humans, especially when you're talking on camera. You need a little bit of water. It helps you out. Okay, we're going to move along. Another black sheep. Okay. Now, this black hat, he's going to tell you the truth. You are so deep in what we're going to call it? I don't know, we call you brainwash last video. Yes, but you don't know how deep your brainwash is. You got so much fear, What the number one fear of you? Number one fear is you or your loved one are going to get sick and die. Horrible death. That's what it's all about. There's other fears. It's like, oh, my neighbor's going to see me, going out for a drive and going to report me because, I didn't go directly to grocery store. I had to go for a drive because I got horrible cabin fever and I can't stand living in the house right now. I have to go for a drive. I have to go. I have to go. And I'm afraid, the cop going to pull me over and say, you're not supposed to be out. You're supposed to be in the house. And then you're going to have to say, well, I'm going to the grocery store or something. And he's going to say, where do you live? And show you your driver's license. And he's going to say, well, the closest grocery store was like 10 miles back that way. Clearly, you're not going to the grocery store. So we're going to give you a citation or we're going to arrest you and throw you in jail. Lots of fears. People have these fears. Okay, another black hat, and I'm not going to do Ludwig right now. Okay, so fear, fear, fear. What does fear stand for? Well, a lot of people have heard this term a long time ago, maybe when they were in school and they were learning something about fear, and it was an acronym for false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. And you're going to say, well, the doctors all say it's real, and the politicians say it's all real, and the media is always showing me horrible, horrible. It's real, buddy. It's real. That's why we say we're black sheep, because we're so far beyond you in dealing with fear. We're going to keep telling you, don't worry about fear. I know, but I've had things happen. I got, pulled over, got a speeding ticket. I mean, cops are real, cops are real. And, my neighbor, you shouldn't hear my neighbor, he gossips all the time. They're always looking out the window, they're always checking out who's going by on the street. And they get on their phone and they start phoning somebody. They say, look at that one there, who are they phoning? And I get kind of paranoid. Well, what else? Well, Well, yeah, I'm kind of worried about not working, or some people are working from home, but some people aren't, and what does it mean? Some people apparently are like having a hard time paying the rent because they can't buy food and buy rent because all of these government support systems. I don't know if anyone's got a check yet, and a lot of people don't have any money in the bank. They live paycheck to paycheck, so I'm looking, to see, you know, if my friend with the rental property is going to get paid, and if they don't, then the bank's going to say, well, too bad, we're going to take your rental property away from you, and you know, and then or the tenant, my friend's a tenant, and he hasn't been working. He didn't make much money, a minimum wage job, but he got laid off because it wasn't an essential service, so he can't pay the rent. I don't know how he pays for anything else. So there's a lot of people that are hurting, and I might be one of those people. Just with the grace of God, it's not me right now, or it is me. I'm one of these people. It's like everything's falling apart. Okay, another black sheep person. Why are we talking about? Because we want to get it out on the table. What are all your fears? Well, what happens if I get it? I'm fairly young. If I drop dead, who's going to look after my family? And if I, recover, then maybe I give it to somebody else in my family. Maybe, somebody, you know, unexpectedly gets it and drops dead, or they have to go into like a nursing home, and it's just like one nightmare after another. Okay, so we're just telling you these are all the fears that people have. I got this mask, and oh, what if I touch my face because I took off the mask and it was itchy, and then I scratched my face, and then I'm like, did I touch my eye? Oh my God, if I touch my eye, that's gonna like contaminate. It's gonna contaminate, and I took my mask off, and then someone coughed next to me, and how far do the cough drops go, through the air, and 6 feet far enough. Somebody showed me a video the other day on YouTube, and they said if you're walking behind somebody, it should be more than 6 feet, because these cough drops, they can like hang in the air for a little while. 6 feet's not enough. And meanwhile, every other thing, I mean, my mind is going crazy because I'm so worried about this. And then in the meantime, I'm worried about this. And then I got in a car accident. I don't know how, no one is on the road, but somehow I managed to get in a car accident. And then the car auto body place, well, it's shut because it's not an essential service. The insurance business has got shortened hours. And, then they said, well, head office is closed and I can't help you out with your insurance settlement. And then I think, well, maybe it's total and I got to go get a new car, but the car dealership is shut because it's not essential. And I don't have a car now. No one was expecting that. And then, my neighbor, they're like 85 years old, and the toilet broke down and they can't get a plumber. And they're too old to fix it themselves. So, now the old lady, she's going out the back, in the backyard, and she's like peeing in the grass. I don't know what they do when they gotta go number two. So, there's just a litany of these fears and problems, and life goes on, and, the kids are getting homeschooled, and then, the college kids, are they gonna basically, they lost a whole year, and then there's no summer jobs for them to get more money to pay next year's tuition because all the businesses are, like so many people say, small businesses are not going to make it through this. They're forced to close, and they're not going to start up again. Small businesses right and left collapsing. So those people aren't going to have jobs, and the kids aren't going to have money to go back to school. And then Fauci says then it's going to come back again. There's going to be another COVID blip after it goes down. So we're going to be quarantined forever. Okay, well, here's the steel guy. I mean, they make chainsaws. And, I mean, what's going on? I mean, we make toilet paper from trees. And if the guys with the chainsaws aren't allowed, well, as far as I know, they're still doing work in the bush, aren't they? Well, I have one friend who works in the oil sands in Alberta, and they're still drilling for oil in Alberta. No one's really buying it right now. The price of oil has tanked so much that they're going to give it away, pay you to take it away, because they're producing more than we need. And then I heard today on the news that in one of these platinum mines in Ontario, Northern Ontario province in Canada, one of these miners got they got the virus, so they closed down the mine. But if they stop the operations cutting down trees, then they're not going to make enough trees. They use trees to make toilet paper, so we're not going to have toilet paper. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have to use like baby diapers and you know washing machines and stuff. No big deal, is it? I don't know, but today on the news they showed people stocking up on toilet paper still. Really? Is this real news? This was the initial thing, a few people hoarding lots of toilet paper, but like huge, they were buying like 30 packs of toilet paper, and every one of these push carts in the grocery store was full of toilet paper. Do you go through that much toilet paper in a week? It's lies. They're still pushing this like a lack of toilet paper. And then they showed at Costco in Vancouver, you know, we're out of this, we're out of this, we're out of this and that, we're out of this and that. Costco where everybody in Vancouver shops. That's what they're showing people. There's nothing coming in on trucks because no one's making anything. These are all just fears and commentaries, and you're going, what the fuck's going on? Oh wow. This is your Black Sheep Diaries, and these are all the things you got to talk about before you can really surrender. That's all you have to do. That's what we black sheeps do. We go, no one's going to listen to us anyway, so we just surrender to, you all believe this, fine. We'll do social distancing for you. We're not afraid of it, but we'll do it for your sake, because if we don't, you know, you're going to freak out, and we don't want you to freak out. I mean, there's way more of you sheeple than there are black sheep. Way more. And, frankly, we don't want to listen to you whine about this stuff. We'd rather just isolate ourselves all the time from you. All the time. Black sheep. We don't want to hang out with you, white sheep. Because you're so stupid in our eyes. You think we're crazy. We don't live in fear. There's no fear for us. We've been through it all. We're black sheep. I mean, most of the time, black sheep have been in the psych wards because you people are so flippin' paranoid about us. We're used to it. We're the people that go to psych wards. We think that the doctors are all sheeple and stupid. We don't like the doctors there, but we go to the psych ward, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of white furred sheep people there too. And there's not that many people of us that are really black sheep that are way out there. The ones that don't live in fear ever. We're very few compared to all of you sheeple that are so scared of everything. Oh, hell.